Hello, friends. Welcome to Math Time with Mrs. Itis. Today we're going to do lesson 10-4 in our Fishy Workbook for Math. We are going to be talking about problem solving. Look for a pattern. So, friends, we've been using hundreds charts for our mystery pictures. And we have been talking about different numbers that we have to identify to color in the pieces. Well, today we're going to do something very similar to that. We're going to take a look at part of a hundreds chart, and we're going to start looking for patterns that we can see in the rows and in the columns of our charts. We're going to take a look at 1 through 20 today, and then we're going to use our 10 frame and our dots to model what these patterns look like, okay? So I see here a 20 chart. It's just part of a 100 chart, isn't it, friends? I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then a new row continues. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Uh-oh, a number's missing. 17, 18, 19, and 20. How could I figure out what number is missing? Well, we could count like we just did. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And we can figure out that 16 is missing. There's another way, and I'm going to show that to you right now. If you see the first 10 numbers at the top, you know these numbers are the ones place, 1 through 9. When we get to 10 is when we have a 10, and then we start building with new ones, just like we've seen in Zero the Hero, just like we practice every day when we count for our morning work. Now, if there's a number here that's missing, I can think to myself, well, it's in the column of 6 ones. And if I'm in the row of a 10 and 6 ones, then I know the missing number is 16. I see a 10 and a 1. Do you see the ones in the one place? I see a 10 and 2 ones. See, 2 in the ones place. I see a 10 and 3 ones. See, 3's in the ones place. I see a 10 and 4 ones. See, 4's in the one place. I see a 10 and 5 ones. This is the 5's column, a 5 in the ones place. That means I would need a 10 and 6 ones. A 10 and 6 ones to be in the same 6 column. Here's a 10 and 7 ones, 7 in the ones place. A 10 and 8 ones, 8 ones. A 10 and 9 ones, you see 9 ones. And then this shows 2 10s and 0 ones. That's because when we count by 10s, we have 10, 20, and then we have 30, 40, 50, and so on. A 10 and 0 ones, 2 10s and 0 ones. Then the pattern would be 3 10s and 0 ones to make 30, and so on and so forth. So let's go ahead and talk about how 16, which was our missing number, go ahead and trace it, is 10 more than 6. Well, that's true because 6 is in the ones place, but then we have a 10 and 6 ones. That's how we get 10 plus 6 equals 16. So do you see? We can look for patterns in columns. 1 in the ones place, 2 in the ones place, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then zeros as we build new 10s. All right, so let's take a look here. Without having to count all the numbers, let's use the ones place as a clue. This column is the 3's column. I see a 3. This row is the tens row, 110. See, all of these numbers have a 10. So what number do you think is missing, friends, without even having to count? Well, let's think. If there's a 1 in the tens place, and we're in the threes column, the number must be 13. Excellent. Good job, friends. 13 is 10 more than 3. It's true because we're here 10, 20, and then we keep going down. So it keeps growing by 10. 13 is 10 more than 3. So we can say 10 plus 3 equals 13. Wow, how interesting. Okay, let's take a look on the back. Ooh, now we have some more empty spaces. So let's see if we use some clues. All right, let's think about it. Here's a 1, and here's 11. 11 is 10 more than 1, okay? If this is 12, and I think about 10 less than 12, if I take away the tens place, what number would go here? 2. That's right. How about 10 less than 13? What would go here? 3. That's right. I can check this because then I can count 1, 2, 3. If I count 1, 2, 3, what number would be here? A 4. Good job. So friends, if I have a 4 here, what number would be 10 more than 4? A 10 and 4 ones. 14. That's right. Look, here I have a 5. What number goes here? 15. That's right. A 10 and 5 ones. Great job. Okay, now let's work backwards. Here's 16. So what number would go here if I take the tens place away? 6. Good job. Let's count on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What goes here, friends? 7. So what would go underneath the 7? 10 more than 7? 17. A 10 and 7 ones. Great. Here's 8. What goes in this square? 18. A 10 and 8 ones. Fantastic. Here's 9. What goes here? 19. That's right. A 10 and 9 ones. And what number is missing in this last box? A 10. That's right. 20 is 2 tens and 0 ones. 10 is 1 10 and 0 ones. Now we can always go back and count normally to check our work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Great job. This is tricky, but we can do hard things, can't we? So now we're going to fill in these 10 frames to show the number in this big box. What number are we going to make, friends? 18, that's right. Do you remember how to show 18 in a 10 frame? That's right, a 10 and 8 ones. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a 10. And 8 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A 10 and 8 ones. 10 plus 8 equals 18. Great job, friends. All right, so that's it for today in our math workbook. But if you can find your 10 frame and you can find your dots, let's go ahead and show how to build numbers, okay? So you can see and understand the pattern, all right? So when we have a 10 frame, we are building numbers. And you can use, I know you only have 10 dots, but you can use your 10 dots. You can use your cubes. I have 20 dots, so I can use my dots, but maybe you can use your cubes. So we can use dots and cubes, all right? So we know that we have to have a 10 frame full when we make our teen numbers, okay? So let's fill up our 10 frame with the 10 dots we have. Okay, 10 dots. We all have 10 dots. Now let's get our cubes to show making our big numbers. So if I want to make the number 11, friends, I have a 10 and a 1. A 10 and a 1 is 11. What would I do to show 12? 10 and 2 ones. That's right. What would I do to show 13? 10 and 3 ones. That's right. What would I do to show 14? A 10 and 4 ones. How can I make 15? A 10 and 5 ones. Great. How can I make 16? A 10 and 6 ones. Fantastic. How can I make 17? A 10 and 7 ones. How can I make 18? A 10 and 8 ones. That's right. How could I make 19? A 10 and 9 ones. And for 20, I would have 2 full 10 frames. Isn't that amazing, friends? That's right. So now you know how we can use 10 frames and other objects to make teen numbers and go all the way to 20. And you can understand how the patterns work in our rows and columns of numbers. I encourage you to practice making teen numbers using your 2 10 frames that you got at the beginning of the year. All right, my friends, if you cannot find your 10 frame sheet, that's okay. You can get a blank piece of paper and draw 2 10 frames on there. Maybe your grown-ups can help you, and then you can play making numbers. I sure hope you had a fun time. I know I did, as always. Bye, friends.